Hello and welcome back to
Bunso Bites.
I'm your host Ami43.
And I'm your co-host Chiggy.
Chiggy? Where are we?
We are at a undisclosed place.
We're in the car.
But we are in the car. Yeah.
This week we kind of had a couple things come up last minute, and scheduling the pod was a little bit pushed to the side, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, we got to do the pod.
Yeah.
So here we are. On a typical, I think, Ami and Chiggy night, where we're just taking care of life as you do. And in the in-betweens, we're like, let's record probably maybe on the shorter side, but a quick pod episode.
Yeah.
So how you been, Chiggy?
I want to say good personally, but I mean overall not too good.
Because?
So we got back from our trip.
Yes.
And we did loads of laundries.
Yeah.
And then our dryer, which is not ours by the way, it's the apartment complexes.
Right.
Wanted to not work properly. So at
Yeah.
first I noticed that I got through like maybe 6 or 7 loads, and then I noticed that
We did a lot of laundry.
Yeah,
A lot.
I noticed one load just took especially long for it to finish, and come to find out, when I turned the dial, it never started its timer. So it was just consistently on until the timer expired, which was forever because it didn't move. And then once I figured that out, it just wasn't heating up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, now we have a useless dryer because it's not heating.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of things going on. And then we turned it on one more time. The heat started working. So we're like, oh, it's drying. But then the timer still wasn't. The timer and or like, because we like to use the like energy preferred cycles. Just wasn't. It would never go to end or like stop or like, it would never finish the cycle, so to speak.
And then you had pointed out like, oh, yeah, it's working. It's heating up, but it's super hot.
Yeah, like fire hazard hot, in my opinion. Not like in a crazy way where I think that it's a fire, like a fire was going to happen right then and there, but it was definitely like a, this is not the way a dryer is supposed to work. So, had to put in a service request.
Yeah.
Love that for us.
And now, it just doesn't turn on.
Yeah.
So, we can't dry our clothes properly.
We've been hanging them. It's been fun.
So the apartment smells beautiful.
Like laundry.
It smells beautiful, but there's just clothes everywhere.
Not even clothes, it's all like linens and blankets and stuff.
Still, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's been fun. You guys have heard kind of the litany of all of our apartment maintenance issues. So, that's apartment life, and thankfully we have a leasing off. We have like a housing office. We don't have to take care of it. They do, technically. Has it been fun to deal with? Absolutely not. But that's life.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing.
So, do you have an update?
Just that recently I feel like my anxiety has kind of been kicking in. We got really busy right when we came back from our last trip, and my social battery and my anxiety, like all those things are kind of like a little bit on like the higher side, like and I'm getting very, very tired. Like physically I'm very, very tired, a lot more than I'd like to be, but all is well. I'm very fortunate that I have the time and space to attempt to rest when I need to, and we got a couple holidays coming up, so I'll have a couple days off work, which will be really nice. And hopefully it'll just be, I just have to continue grounding myself and resting when I need to rest, and not trying to like push myself mentally. Chiggy's been really, really supportive as always, even though he was like, I don't know how to support you, and I'm like, just be my husband.
Very, very truthful.
But yeah, I'm grateful, but I'm definitely in a little bit of a slump, just a tiny little dip in the old mental emotional health. Nothing to worry about or fear about, just a reminder that I need to take care of myself, and that's okay. But yes, so other than that, what did you want to talk about on our pod today, Chicky?
So this week, it's something that is plaguing every new product, every new item that's been coming out recently. And this is due to 1, scalpers, and 2, botters. So,
I don't like them.
Scalpers, they're people that go in, and usually it's just like a retail store, and they take all the product of a specific item,
Right.
and they literally scalp everything. So they buy it up and then they resell it at a higher cost for profit. Botters, they're people online that set up a program or a script to launch at a specific time to get them through the checkout process to ensure that they buy something when it comes out.
Right.
And so
those are like your online queues when like items or product drops. They have literally bots set up to go into the checkout lines and pick up a bunch of product.
Yeah. And so, as I've said before in previous episodes, I collect Pokemon, and it's something that I've been trying to keep up with for quite some time. I've picked it up since the Sword and Shield era during Battle Styles.
Yeah.
And back then, it was so easy to get product.
Like, yeah, we would literally go to Target.
Yes, you just go to Target, Best Buy, Walmart, any retailer that sells it, and it'd just be sitting on the shelf. And that was, from that time when I started to get back into it up until Prismatic Evolutions is when it really started taking off.
Right.
So we could find product like on any random day sitting on the shelf, but once Prismatic Evolutions came out, it became scarce.
Yeah. I mean, there was always kind of like this, we scalpers and botters existed, and we're speaking like kind of more specifically in Pokemon TCG for like our personal experiences. They've existed since before, but it just got really bad really quickly.
Yeah.
And by that I mean like you're looking at ETBs that skyrocket to the $500, $600, $700 range when MSRP is like what, $60, $75?
Yep.
You are looking at, and then, everyone's looking for the chase, everyone's looking for the hits, everyone's looking for whatever, which is great, but it's like, it was getting overly saturated, and it was like to the point of it wasn't fun anymore. Or it isn't fun anymore, I say. Because even till now, one of the biggest problems we have literally there was a Pokemon drop yesterday or last week, whatever it was, like recently. We didn't even try. We're just, well, if we see it in store, great, awesome, love that for us. But honestly, like we're not out there trying to fight people over it. Now I will say the market has evened out a little bit. Like the prices are coming down a little bit, and it looks like it's straying closer to an equilibrium, but it's still pretty crazy out there.
Yeah.
A great example, one of our friends came to visit our area last week, I think, and it was when it was last week because it was when the drop happened. And he specifically asked us like where we source our product, and we told him like here's the stores that we prefer and or enjoy and or we've had luck with. And he made an entire vlog about it where he literally had to wake up at 3 for the online drop, and I think it was like him, one out of like 6 or 7 people, only one of them was able to get product, and it was like one pack or one booster bundle or something, not a lot. Then they went to a Best Buy where they sat outside for 4 hours, and then the others hit up the local stores around said Best Buy, so the Targets, the Barnes and Nobles and whatever around the store. They struck out on all the stores, but when they got to Best Buy, because they waited in line and they were there from like 6 o'clock in the morning, the store didn't open until 10, that's where they were able to get a handful of product.
Yeah.
So, it's possible, and especially if you are in an area that maybe, doesn't have, if you're kind of in like a more local area or like a more neighborly area, vice major cities. I feel like major cities you're gonna have a higher chance of scalpers, but also I feel like it's one of those things too that you're like they're not in your like more neighborhood or local areas. Another problem you'd run into is that because it's more local, then they're just not sent a lot of products, so then you're limited to whatever the store is sent.
Yeah.
So, which is a whole problem in itself. Because I think there was one time where we were trying, it wasn't a Pokemon drop, it was something else. And I went to the GameStop that's by my work. You went to GameStop or Target in the morning, or that same morning. And like we went when it opened, and we couldn't get product because they just didn't have enough. It wasn't that we couldn't have got it, it's just the store itself did not have enough stock. So you're like, oh, well, okay. Which really stinks, but you're just like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because, you know, usually you're supposed to have the best chance of getting product when you're in person.
Yeah, theoretically.
But even now, there's a lot of people coming out of the woodworks, and, you know, people that you've never seen before that are just there before anyone else is, and you're just like, oh wow, you're here to scalp everything and or, you know, get whatever it is.
Right.
And like I know for, you know, in my personal experience, I've waited through some lines at GameStop before they hiked up the prices past MSRP, and I've gotten product before. We were very successful, and they had enough product for like everyone in line. But now GameStop has increased their prices so much it's not even worth buying from them anymore. So it's really scarce and really hard to get product at MSRP, which is the suggested price that retailers should sell it at. If not, then you're paying, you know, at least 1.5 times more than what it costs. And nobody wants to do that because you know, you can get more product at less price. But yeah, like Target and Best Buy, they have been implementing ways to combat scalpers, and so they have like put product limits on the specific items. So like Target used to be like, oh, you can only buy 5 of certain Pokemon products. Now it's 2. And then Best Buy has their own product limit as well.
And you can only buy at Best Buy if you go to the customer service line. Like they don't have it on shelves. They literally keep it behind the desk, and you get in the specific line for it, and then you ask the desk.
Right. And which is what Target is doing now. They're keeping everything behind customer service so that it's a regulated checkout.
Right.
Not one single person can buy everything all at once. So there is more product to go to more customers.
Yeah.
There was one instance where Pokemon Center, it's a website where you can get Pokemon product. They did it really well one time, which was a way that I was able to get product once.
Wasn't that the time you told me to do it too?
Yes. Yeah. And it was like for the release of Black Bolt and White Flare.
Yes, I got Black Bolt and you got White Flare. Like we got 1 ATB each.
Right.
Which was cool.
And the way they did it is they made it so that you could only check out once per address, per credit card, per account.
So like name, credit card, address type of thing.
And like once you've checked out for the day, you weren't able to check out again throughout another 24-hour cycle. Which was very fair because a lot of people found a lot of success through that. But I think they stopped after that. So they only did it once, and then, you know, just everything broke loose after that.
Well, and it's not perfect either, because as much as it worked for us, there were those that it didn't work with, like the site was just blocking people.
Yeah, but a lot more people were able to check out for product.
Overall, it seemed like a success.
Instead of 1 or 2 or 3 scalpers buying everything, there was like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people actually getting product.
Yeah.
And then after that, they found ways past that, and you know, botters were able to buy up everything through that website. And so now it's again hard to actually check out again because botters will actually seize up the website, and then, you know, people that are actually waiting through that online queue they'll just idle there in the queue when everything's already been bought out. And so I guess they're still trying to find ways to combat that, but at least they're making steps in the right direction.
And I think they've far identified that there is a problem, and they're doing what they can on such a large scale to fix it. Like, I commend them for trying. Obviously it's not fixed or solved yet, but the fact that they took the time to come up with solutions like that, I think is good. And I think that's why it's trending now that things are coming down a little bit. There's a little bit more of a equilibrium on some things. And by some things, I mean, like, you know, the prismatic evolutions, all the evolutions, the bubble mew, all those are still insane right now, but everything else is kind of like coming back to a more reasonable, like, not blow your head off prices. So which is good to see, I think. And it's what's the word, it's encouraging for the community, I feel like, because for a while there, like for the last so many drops of different collections, it's been very disheartening to be trying to collect Pokemon cards or even just merch in general, because it's been so difficult to find anything. So, you know, they're doing their best, and especially with 30th coming up, it's like, or it's this year, I know that Pokemon particularly has a lot of drops that they're anticipating, that they're wanting to celebrate with the community. So fingers crossed, you know, we can be part of that too, even though we're just some normies.
Yeah.
That's the hope anyways.
Yeah. Like, for someone, like any random Joe that's trying to get product of Pokemon or whatever TCG they're into, like Pokemon being one of the harder ones to get into, like, you really have to be in the know of when product drops, like what times and what days they drop at each specific retailer, just to be in that line, whether it's online or in person, to even get product is so difficult now.
Yeah.
And then you have to compete against those other people that are also trying to get product, because there's, you know, such a limited amount.
Right.
So it's really hard. That's all I gotta say. It's really hard now. You may get some on a lucky day.
That's what you would hope anyways.
Or if you're not lucky, then you have to pay the price, literally, because you're paying, you know, maybe $1 or $2 more at some places, but still, people are going to make their money however way they see fit. And, you know, it just sucks that people who actually enjoy the hobby, who enjoy collecting, they suffer for it because they can't get it.
Yeah, I feel like there's just a few handful of bad seeds that just make it bad enough for everyone that it makes it like for everyone else. And it's like, if we all just collectively were like trying to be nice and fair about things, then we could all enjoy it.
Yeah.
Vice these handful of people who are just trying to like scalp upon not just the product, but prey upon like the fandom itself. And it's like, you know, it's unfortunate, because overall the Pokemon fandom is specific. I mean, because we're talking about scalpers, but we're really talking about Pokemon scalping, really. And so it's like the fact that these scalpers, you know, a lot, or more often than not, are not even trying to like collect or whatever. They're really just in it for the profit, and they're preying upon people's desire and fandom to do so. It's like, well, that stinks. Like, that literally takes the joy out of the community as a whole. Yeah.
And there's just two more things I want to touch up on this episode before we end it. Like, scalping and botting, it's not anything new.
Yeah.
It's been going on for quite a long time now. I know, like, my friend, he used to be, I don't know if he still is, but he used to be a sneakerhead. And he would collect, you know, those very rare drops. And that's how he got into trying to bot himself. So just so that he can get product and, you know, try to resell that on eBay or whatever. And, you know, later on down in life, he introduced me into that Discord group where he got his information, you know, and I bought into it as well. I would not say I'm not a scalper or a botter, because I've never done botting. And scalping, because you wanted to know what the difference was. Yeah. Scalpers, they literally buy out the entire product. people that just buy it for their own means or needs, that those are not scalpers.
Yeah.
They may know the information to get that specific product, but they don't buy out everything. They'll get maybe one and then one for another person. That's about it. So I have tried doing that and reselling product that way. It's not that profitable, because you're literally just buying enough for you to just make your money back of what you just bought.
Of what you bought, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's something that a lot of people have really got into. They literally make their living off of reselling.
Yeah.
Which
it does work.
It does work, yeah.
But
it's a legal means, but it's very unfair to those who are just in it for the actual passion and hobby.
Sure.
So the other thing was like scalping and botting, it literally goes for anything new. So there was a time last year, there was a product called Nito.
Yes.
I've been trying to tell you, like, have you seen any Nitos around? You're like, what's a Nito? And like, I just figured it out this year.
Yeah.
And they're like stress balls, and they're like stress relieving figures that you can squish. And it's not anything new. We've had those for years. It's just now this specific brand is just
popping off.
It's popping off on was it TikTok? And social media platforms. And now, like, if you're trying to find it, you can't find it at MSRP. MSRP for those little products are like $5, $10, $15, but they're being sold or resold at like 3 to 4 times the MSRP amount.
Crazy, because it's a squidgy, but
it's just a little stress reliever.
Yeah.
Another product, those little dumplings, what are they called?
Yeah, the surprise dumplings.
Yeah.
Because the hyper rare one's the glitter one, and all sorts of drama on that one.
Yeah. I mean, those are typically just blind boxes or gotchas.
Literally is what it is, yeah.
But I mean, those are popping off too. I'm very thankful because we went to Chicago and we went to Pop Mart.
Oh yeah.
None of those are like really being scalped anymore.
Yeah.
You can find Labubu's pretty consistently now. And
my mom got one.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And she was not happy with the color. Oh, I had to look for the pink one for her. That's the thing we have to do.
But yeah, there's a lot of like Pop Mart sets out there now that when we went to go visit Pop Mart, I was like, ooh, that's interesting. I would like to collect that. So there's probably a couple of sets I would want to buy from there. And it's really accessible now. So
more so now than it was before.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, is there anything else you want to add on to this episode?
I guess just to end us a little bit on a high, because I feel like we've been kind of Debbie Downer with the conversation. In like the last, I don't know, year or so, where has been either your favorite place to get product, and by product I'm specifically mentioning like Pokemon TCG, because that's kind of what we're into, or maybe the most surprising place?
My favorite place to get product is definitely Target, because we're always going out there.
Yeah.
Because, just a random day to walk around.
It's nice to walk around Target, okay?
Either get Starbucks or eat popcorn,
Or walk around and like walk off the calories.
Yeah.
Hello.
And then probably the most interesting place I've seen product at would probably be Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd mention that one.
Because now they have like a very large TCG spot in their I guess store.
Yeah, like well, it's general trading cards, so a lot of sports trading cards, literally. But they also have stock of Pokemon, which is kind of cool.
And when we went specifically to that place, we found like an entire section of Pokemon, and it had hanging sleeves of Perfect Order.
Yeah.
And it was like filled to the brim. Like, there was no
shortage of product.
No shortage of product. Every single rack
Yeah.
was filled like to the brim,
which was really cool to see.
And I was like, wow, this is how it used to be.
Yeah.
And it used to be at MSRP, but I think Dick's sells it at maybe $1.50 to $2 over MSRP.
$7.99 for the sleeves.
Something like that. Yeah. But it wasn't MSRP. I knew that much. So it's it's good to hit up if you're looking for product, but I'm not trying to pay that inflated price.
No, that's true. That's valid. It's kind of one of those like, if you don't have anything else, or if you just want to burn, through a single sleeve for kicks and giggles, it's nice to know, at least for us, that there is a store that has a lot of product.
Yeah. So, Ami, is there any of your favorites that you'd like to go visit to find product?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a favorite, but it was the biggest surprise in a pleasant way. Dollar Tree.
Oh yeah.
Our local, literally our local Dollar Trees, and the one down the street from where we live now, had product. And I remember I went there to pick up birthday balloons for someone, and I saw it, and I called or texted Chiggy immediately, and I was like, am I getting this? What do we do? I had no idea what to do, because I was like, there's stuff here, what are we doing? They were just perfect order sleeves, but they were selling them for MSRP, and Chiggy was like, if you can buy all of them, buy all of them. And I did, so it was great. That was a very pleasant surprise. They've had it one other time after that, and but and I don't know, it's kind of one of those if they have it, they have it type of things. They're not advertising it in any way, but it was a very pleasant, oh, how cool. And it was just literally my local Dollar Tree, which again is that's how I feel it should be. It's your local neighborhood, literally your retail stores, the stores you go to on a regular basis. It's nice when there is product there, because you're just I can just pick it up with my toilet paper. I don't know, whatever things you need. I don't get toilet paper from Dollar Tree, but So yeah. You have any final thoughts for today's episode?
No, that's it.
Thank you guys so much for listening to our interesting setup. Hopefully, tech-wise, it went well. I don't know. This is kind of a test for us. Like I said, we're trying to fill in between some time while we're waiting for something else to start. But thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see y'all next time. Bye!